Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FKA the Pod. I'm your host this week, Trent Tatum, and as always, I'm joined by Seth Butler. Seth Butler, say hello. I'm Seth Butler.
Hello. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I am Seth Butler.
And as always, I'm joined by Reed Wilson. Say hello. My name is Reed Wilson.
Hello, my name is Reed Wilson.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. First order of business, you guys got anything to drink today? I know we're kind of running low on those.
Yes, I do. And this is kind of ironic given, what I'm sure you will announce that we are discussing soon, but I'm drinking a wine this evening. So
Nice, dude.
I just finished the last of the beers that I had in my fridge, and I'm drinking a wine. And this is the 19 Crimes Snoop Dogg edition one.
Nice, dude.
So it's the Cali Red, and most of these 19 Crimes, they have like a picture of some like old, like criminal from Australia like 100 years ago. This one
Right.
it just has Snoop Dogg on it. It's kind of cool though. I haven't tasted it yet, but it also has Snoop Dogg on the cork, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Isn't there one of those? Isn't there one of those for Martha Stewart now too?
There is a Martha Stewart one too, yeah. Which I think that they're losing out on a little bit of like this is cool, like old timey with this stuff. I don't know what it's doing to their brand, but I never bought it until it was Snoop Dogg. So
what the fuck is going on between Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg?
It's a great question.
Are they just homies?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not drinking anything. And Reed is not here, and I don't think he's drinking anything alcoholic, at least.
He might have run to go get an alcoholic drink, in fact.
That's possible.
Maybe he has the Martha Stewart wine.
What's up, Reed?
Well, I'm down 2 soft drinks. I just have one, but I'm up 1 hard drink because I forgot I have this downstairs, and I'll drink a little bit. I have 1 standard drink. That's safe for work.
That's safe. 1 standard drink, yeah.
1 little bit. I have 1 standard drink of Josh.
Oh, Josh, of course.
This is Josh Sellers, Pinot Grigio.
Oh,
nice.
Mine's a Cali Red, which I guess is a red blend from the year 2019.
Yeah. Well, I am disappointed in you both. Because today, today being the day after St. Patrick's Day, all right, when this thing releases.
I'm still wearing green, so I can pinch you guys.
Damn, you've been wearing that thing for like 5 days, dude.
Tis the season.
But anyways, this is the day after St. Patty's Day, and I figured, everyone's probably pretty hungover, and probably the last thing they want to talk about is going to be alcohol. So I figured this is a good time for us to do a beer tier list, if you will, a beer list. All right.
Right.
This was before I knew you guys were gonna fucking whine me out today. But
quit whining.
It is what it is. It is. So
no, this is good because our palates won't be tainted by any recent beers.
Yeah, I'm tasting tannins. My mind is open for hops, even though if this was my tier list, everything that was an IPA S tier, everything else.
Okay, all right.
Except for sours.
Sure, yeah. I found a tier list of beers online on tiermaker.com, of course. There are some pretty basic ones. Most of these are actually very basic. So what we'll probably do is go through all of these. You guys who are watching the video may or may not be able to see this right now. Who knows? Actually,
you'll to see it sometimes at the end.
You'll see the final results of this tier list, but you're not going to see it in the video. But anyways,
yes, just like you audio listeners and video watchers at this current point in the time, we have not seen the tier list either, so we're all guessing.
For sure. So I'm going to read these off to you guys one at a time, and we're gonna place them individually without knowing the rest.
All right. Perfect. Give you lightning round ranking. just off the bat for each one. He says it once. We'll say it.
All right, so here we go, guys. We're starting off with Michelob Ultra.
Michael O. Bultra, if you will.
Yeah, yep. I heard a guy call these Mickeys once, and I was very concerned.
Yeah, they're
Mickeys.
I've heard Mickey's.
I've heard Ultras, like a normal person.
Yeah, Ultra. What are the potential categories here?
Yeah, we've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier.
Okay.
You always add them too.
Yeah, I think a Michael O. Bultra, which is obviously an Irish beer because of the O. I think that's like it's a A. It's good. It's fine. I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't had one in a while. I feel like I should have a little shot glass or like a little wine glass I could swish it around in my mouth and then spit it.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm saying D tier because it's only one less calorie than Miller Lite.
Yeah, I think A tier is too high as well. And I feel like the thing that really brings them down for me is their ads. Their ads are always talking about like going for a run or like rock climbing and shit. It's like
doesn't appeal to me.
But like
know your audience.
100 calories or like 85. They're all in the 80 to 100 calorie range anyway. None of them are really healthy at all. None of them are particularly unhealthy at all.
I'm happy putting them. I don't think for me they're a D tier. Are you guys cool with C?
Are we ranking them against all beers, or just American beers?
All beers. All beers.
Well, then D tier, because it's like
it's the worst. Well, there's like German beers and stuff on here too.
It's a not good American beer, and like American beer is no better than a C tier to me.
Seth, any arguments to move it up?
No, I don't feel very strongly about this.
Okay. All right.
So.
All righty then. So
3.3% about it.
Yes, exactly.
So moving on to our second beer of the night, we've got Coors Light. Where are we putting Coors Light, gentlemen?
Silver bullets.
That's right.
I love the culture behind a Coors Light. It's incredible. The Blue Mountains, the silver bullets, I guess this was actually Coors Banquet probably from what's that movie called? Eastbound and Down? Roll up and truck it. We got to do what they say can't be done. What's that movie? The one where they have to drive I think it's Eastbound and Down. There's a movie with what's his face. He's got a mustache. They're driving a shipment of beer from Texas to Arkansas because you used to not be able to sell it like west of the Mississippi or east of the Mississippi. And so anyway, I think it's Coors, but I think it's Coors Banquet. But there used to be some laws about shipping it across state lines. And anyway, it was like a cool like buddy cop movie where they were trying to deliver beer across state lines. And so I think the culture behind Coors and Coors Light is super cool. The beer itself, not very good. I think it's a C.
Okay. All right. I'm happy with C tier. I think it is better than Michael B. Ultra.
My favorite baseball place because it's not shitty. And you see hella dingers when you go there. And it's like a new one. It's not a musty old baseball place.
Yeah, for sure. Especially compared to like the fucking Cubs, dude.
Fucking Wrigley's, the history, whatever. But like, it's not as cool. It's tiny. It's small.
Yeah. All right. So Seth, you just mentioned this one, so we're gonna go with it next. We got Coors Banquet.
Nice.
I think better than Coors Light.
I'm fine with putting all the heavies in B.
All right. Coors Banquet in B.
So again, I think that the culture behind a Coors Banquet and the aesthetic of the weird little bottles is really cool. I don't think the beer's that good. So I think a B or C. I think it is better than a Coors Light. But real quick, the movie is called Smokey and the Bandit. Have you guys heard of that?
Gotcha. I have heard of it.
It follows two bootleggers attempting to illegally transport 400 cases of Coors from Texarkana, which is in Texas, to Atlanta.
Nice.
So there you go.
Oh yeah, what do you think about this? We put all the Bud, all the lights except for Michelob Ultra we put that on the right side, or what? So is the right side better or the left side better of the tier list?
That's good. Within a category, which side is better?
Which side is better?
Right side is the best.
All right, then we put all the heavies on the right side, and we put all the lights on the left, or the other way around. I could be swayed.
Wait,
C
you want to?
or what?
All,
What do you?
all the lights and all the heavies,
Yeah,
C tier, but like one category.
That's like all of them.
that's all of them. Yeah,
Isn't all of them.
that's a lot of them actually.
What kind of beer
I
tier
think
list is this? They all
I think
taste
heavies.
the same.
I think heavies are better. Heavies are better. So if we put all the lights in C tier, I'm happy putting all the heavies in B tier.
Wow. Okay.
I think they're all C tier, but again, if
Seth?
it's these, we'll see.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what, let's keep them. Let's rank them individually. We'll just
Yeah.
keep
Let's just go through the quiz. But
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
everything. I don't know how much variation you can have in the taste of these American lager style things, but I'm
Yeah.
sure there are bound to be some maybe Irish, maybe German.
Yeah, that's the one I have
maybe-
in my mouse hand right now.
Okay.
mouse
I have a
scratcher.
Guinness,
Ooh,
and I think a
this-
Guinness
Yeah.
is an A tier, at least.
Are we talking about draft Guinness or nitrogenated Guinness?
This one specifically says draft on the picture.
Ooh.
I like a Guinness. That's definitely an A tier for now.
I love a Guinness.
Okay.
I would give
I mean,
Guinness a S. That's the best thing so far.
You know
Are there
what?
any
Yeah,
draft beers
I
on
think-
this list?
I was gonna say there might not be. There may be one or two more S tiers on this list, and that's it.
All right, throw it in there then for now.
Guinness is
Nice.
an S tier. All right.
Shout out to our Irish friends.
All right. Now we're going with a German beer. I'm not sure I know what this one is specifically, but
Okay.
the photo says Hefe, which I can only assume is some sort of Hefeweizen,
Sure.
which is a German wheat beer. So, how do we feel about regular German wheat beers?
Can you describe the logo to me a little bit? Is it blue and white and gold?
No, so it is yellow, and the word Hefe is in like a navy blue or black.
Yeah, it's definitely a serif font.
Okay. I think that is this Widmer Brothers Brewing Company. WIDMER. If you want to look that up. Generally, I don't particularly like these. I think they've
You don't
got
like
too
German
much
beers?
flavor.
Okay.
Well, the Hefeweizen.
Sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Dunkel person.
All right. All right. I'm more of a Bach guy myself. All right. So is this better or worse than Coors Light?
I think it's worse for sure. I would rather have a Coors Light than this.
It's foreign.
And this is more expensive than a Coors Light too.
Okay. Better or worse than Michelob Ultra?
Worse.
Not the same.
Worse than Ultra? This is a D tier? Damn. Okay. All right.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know if
All
anybody
right.
else has a stronger opinion than that.
All right. All right, Seth, let me hear your opinion on this one. We've got a Rolling Rock.
Love a Rolling Rock. This is an A beer.
That's crazy.
Is Keystone
That's
on
so
this
crazy. Is what?
list? Is Keystone on this list?
Keystone is not on this list, but we can add it.
Wow.
Keystone
can
is
add
better
it.
than Rolling Rock.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Rolling Rock is like worse than Ultra to me.
I think it's also worse than Natty. Isn't it the same like
Yeah.
brand? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, this is going to be a high D tier for me.
Wow.
Seth, you got any rebuttals?
No, I mean, I figured I would get shot down on that one. That's probably like that's probably my whitest, trashest take is that like I do love a Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
I think the color scheme on a Rolling Rock is beautiful too. It's like a very bold green and a bold blue and then white. It's beautiful with the like horse situation. I just think it's great. It's cheap. But whatever. I'm not going to fight you too much about that.
Sure. Yeah.
Because I know it's
All right,
unpopular.
Reed. What was the next one you said? You said Keystone. Keystone.
Yeah, Keystone. If I'm
Shout
gonna
out to
drink,
Keystone.
if I'm gonna choose like a bottom tier Natty Light caliber Bebo, I'd rather it be Keystone.
Sure. Yeah. So we're saying like below Coors, but above Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Keystone is a Coors beer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like that. Below Coors Light. Is it a C tier, a low C, or a high D?
That's an ethics question. Can one of these
Let's put it in low C because we've already got 3 D tiers.
Can I ask real quick, while we're doing Rolling Rock and Keystone, is Natural Light on here? And if not, you don't need to add them. But I'm just is Natural Light on here, and also Bush Light?
Natural Light is on here. Bush Light is not.
Okay. I think Bush Light is the worst of all those. I think that Keystone Light is the best of all those, except for Rolling Rock. And I think that Natural Light is worse than Keystone.
Okay. All right. Better than Michelob?
Yeah, it's got notoriety. It's got some like popularity. It's like it is.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the Coke of shit beer.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that one.
It's got brand recognition for sure.
All right. So let's go. Let's go with
Michelob Ultra. I think is trying too hard. Like if you want to get if you want to seem like you're fancy, I don't know, drink like a fancy beer. Don't get a Michelob Ultra and be like, look, I'm healthy and better than you. No, you're not.
Let's go with a little fancier one here. We've got a Stella Artois.
By Sebastian Artois.
What do we think about the Stella? I was kind of feeling maybe like a low A.
I miss compared to the rest of these. Let's keep that.
It's in between Guinness and Coors Banquet, at least.
I'll tell you that a little something is better than all of these. Every single one of these beers is worse than a little something. By a lot of means.
I don't know what that one is, but I'll take your word for it.
I don't know if this is a hot take.
Probably
Stella Artois, right, on all the bottles, it says Anno 1366, which is supposed to, I guess, communicate that the recipe used to create Stella Artois is from like 700 years ago, which is a crazy stat, if true. Mm-hmm. The Wikipedia page tells me that Stella has actually only been around since like 1940. 1926, excuse me.
Okay. A little bit better. 1940 Italian beer being pretty popular, pretty kind of tough.
Yeah. But I think that I think Stella Artois is bad. I would probably rather have anything else on this list before Stella Artois.
That's crazy, dude.
It tastes like it's from 1366.
I'll put it in. It's overrated. It's the pistachio of beers.
So okay, we'll put it in C tier because
they put some weird wrap paper on it, and it's covered, and it's a glass bottle. That's 2 layers.
He's tanking Stella. That's all right. It's okay.
It's in a light bottle, so it's kind of easy.
Yeah, that is true.
But I think if we were a British podcast, right, the British lads, they love a Stella. Stella.
Yeah, you're right.
Not our choice.
No, they call it Stella.
All right. What else do we have on this list? Let's go with something that I have no fucking clue what this is. It's called a Golden Road Mango Cart.
That's very specific.
Have you guys heard of a Mango Cart?
F.
Yeah, that one's gonna go in a new tier.
It's a series inspired by the iconic fruit cart vendors of Los Angeles. So there are many different kinds of cart beers produced by this Golden Road company.
It kind of sounds like it would be a sour.
Oh, then it's definitely in the bottom tier.
Yeah. I think since none of us have had it, we're comfortable putting it in the lowest possible category, which is now an F.
and it might be a sour, so it definitely belongs there. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think the marketing is kind of cool. I'm looking at pictures of the can, but yeah, impossible to say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. Something else that may be a little bit citrusy, but I'm into it. It's a shock top.
Isn't that's not beer, is it?
It is
Yeah,
beer.
it's a German style
I thought it was a
beer,
cider.
but it's
So
got like an orange flavor going on.
I've got kind of conflicting opinions here. My number one is I like getting something that gets me a little extra something. So getting a Blue Moon or a Shock Top is probably going to come with an orange slice,
Oh yeah.
which I do like. On the other hand, I do think that at this point in, you know, in society, technological advancement and stuff like that, if you wanted something fruity, you could just get a fruity drink,
A
or
mango
even like
cart.
a mango cart, or even like a tangerine White Claw or something like that. So I'm kind of conflicted here with this, and if there are any other more fruity centric beers there. But I do like getting like a Corona comes with a lime, a Blue
Yep.
Moon or a Shock Top. You get like, it's not just like a slice of orange, it's like a whole cross section of an orange,
Oh
which
yeah.
is nice
It's
to
good.
get.
Slice.
It's
You get
good.
like an actual slice.
Yeah,
Like
it's not like a lemon wedge. It's like a slice of orange.
yeah, they
Yeah.
put that shit on
Yeah.
the deli meat cutter and slice that baby up.
So I don't know. I'm conflicted there with that. The flavor's
I
fine. I like the accoutrement.
Okay, so you did mention Blue Moon, so let's do these two at the same time because they're very similar beers. They're the same style of beer, and they
I like
both go
this.
with oranges. All right.
B.
What'd you say? B?
B for Blue Moon.
All right. I am okay with that, but I personally feel like Shock Top is a little bit better than Blue Moon.
I've never had
Yeah,
it.
and I'm gonna agree, and I'm gonna say that the marketing is also much cooler
Cooler.
than
Yeah,
Blue Moon.
it's cooler. Have you seen the Shock Top guy, Reed?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen Shock Top before. I just have never had it.
All right.
Is
Seth,
it
are you okay with putting Shock Top in A? Currently, our A is empty.
Yeah, let's do A. Let's do A for a Shock Top. I think that's
Okay,
good.
and if we need to, we can move it down later.
The Blue Moon marketing, I'm looking at it too now, is kind of cool as well. But the Shock Top guy is cool. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, let's go back to another classic. We have Bud Light. Are we sticking with
nice.
our C?
S tier? Yeah, it's the
I
most.
thought we
That's
said light American lagers are going in C tier, bud.
yeah, Dilly Dilly, the Bud Night. I drank that shit all through college. So I had so many Bud Lights.
The Bud
I don't.
Night is pretty good. I
I
did
spent a
have
lot
a
of Bud Light.
I did have a Christmas tree that was solely decorated in Bud Light cans for a couple
Wow.
years.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of got. I feel like I have to put the Bud Light there because I've drank it a lot. That's that.
You
Yeah.
know what? You're convincing me. You're
Sort of like
convincing me, Reed.
if I'm gonna drink one, I'd rather be. I don't always drink light beer, but when I do, I prefer it to be Bud Light. And if
Sure.
it's not Bud
Yeah.
Light, maybe Blue Light. And then I don't really like Coors, so
Yeah. Yeah. So I think in terms of flavor, I'm sure we'll get here. I prefer a different light American lager over a Bud Light in terms of flavor.
old
Has
style.
something to do with
Oh yeah. Don't worry
my
about it.
middle. But yeah. But
We'll get there.
but I do think that a Bud Light, it does have a cachet. It does have
Oh
the
yeah,
Coca-Cola. It's the Coca-Cola, as you said,
for sure.
of this level. So
Of mid beers versus the Coca Cola shit
the
beer.
worst
Alright.
ones.
Yeah,
I can get behind it being better than Shock Top. Do we want to put it in a low S or a high A?
S baby. Put that shit in the
Let's do a low S for now.
Okay. All right. Well, next in line, we've got Bud Heavy.
Oh,
Okay, again, they've got, along with the marketing behind Bud Light, which is completely separate,
Clydesdales.
which I also appreciate how they've completely separated, right? We've got the Bud Light. There's like sporting events that are sponsored by Bud Light, not by Budweiser. So the Bud Light marketing is great. The Budweiser marketing is also good. I don't know if I'd say it's great.
Dog. They had that one commercial with the dog and the horse.
Yeah.
You know, that was
They've
pretty.
got some Christmas commercials, some Super Bowl stuff, maybe cold weather commercials, I feel like. But you're not going to be drinking a Budweiser on like an August day.
They
Are you?
rebranded themselves to America one summer. That was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good. We had that weird Budweiser that was nitrogenated. That was weird.
Oh yeah, I forget about
Is that
that.
a Budweiser?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a Nitro Bud.
Bud Nitro.
Interesting.
Oh, wow. Yes, it
Bud
was.
Nitro. I'm thinking A for America, which is what Bud.
All right, better than Blue Moon.
Yeah,
I would say, yeah.
Okay. All right.
America's better than most things.
All right. Just under Bud Light. About the same, if not a little better than Shock Top. I'm cool with that. I think maybe it's the best of the heavies. Right.
Yeah. I think it's interesting too. Like, it's definitely better than Coors Heavy, but we'll get to it. Oh, no. We'll talk in the future about these things, I'm sure.
We'll go with Miller Lite. Miller Lite, you're saying, Seth, is an S tier?
That's the best in terms of flavor. I can't really remember a Miller Lite commercial. Actually, I think they do have some.
It's Miller. It's only one more calorie than Michelob.
Yeah, that's the commercial.
I think
Miller is
yeah,
famously my middle name as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
A tier. Yes, double S.
Dude, I think it's better than Bud Light, in my opinion. So it's got to go S tier. It's got to go S tier.
I do think it tastes better than Bud Light, so I'm going to agree with you there. I don't know if that's a demotion for Bud Light or if it's just a moving to one side of Bud Light.
We might have to recalibrate some of these anyway. I think
maybe. Reed, here's one for you. We've got Lagunitas IPA.
Oh yeah, S tier.
S tier. I'm okay with putting it in IPA in S tier.
It's the strongest beer on this list. It's at least 5 to 6%.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty good. Lagunitas is that's the one I always go for Lagunitas. I think the regular Lagunitas IPA is like 6, and the other one's like 9. You know, the little something's strong. But I like them. But I'm a bang for my buck kind of guy. I want to drink the least amount of beer and get the drunkest from them.
Oh yeah. I'm okay with S tier for IPA. Here's the only issue I have with not specifically Lagunitas, just IPAs in general, is that like I guess they're too easy to make.
Yeah, dude. Miller Lite, Bud Light, PBR, Miller High Life, Natty Light, Rolling Rock.
Yeah, but you don't. I don't go to a brewery and look for a light American lager, dude.
Right. So you're saying you're not impressed by,
here's the thing. You go to a brewery. Yeah, you go to a brewery and you're like, okay, yeah, they have an IPA. Oh, wait, they have another IPA and another one and another one. It's just too many fucking IPAs. Like, stop calling yourself a brewery if you're just going to be a fucking IPA factory.
And then you're like, this one's hazy, which means like you didn't even like clean it out. Like that's the easiest thing to make. You made a dirty beer.
That's like going to a steakhouse and being upset that they make New York strip steak and they make ribeye steak at the
There are other kinds of beer, dude.
Yeah, but they're all pretty bad.
I generally don't like an IPA. But if you guys are, I don't think I've ever had this one. I also am looking up the marketing. I don't particularly like it.
Like the dog?
No, it's like Target. It's like I'm looking at a Target ad here.
Yeah.
But if you guys are fighting hard for this one to be a highly ranked beer, I don't think I've had it, so I'm not gonna fight.
Okay, so and here's what I think. Right now we have 4 beers in the S category, S tier. If we decide we want to put another beer in the S tier category, we gotta demote one. Okay, but we'll come to that if we need to. But Seth, really quick, I have 4 different cervezas lined up here, and as cerveza expert, I will let you.
Cerveza Cristal.
I will let you decide where these babies go, and we're going to try to do it Speedy. We got Dos Equis.
Dos Equis is the best Mexican style beer.
Okay. We've got Corona.
Corona is an okay Mexican style beer.
All right.
It's got the name recognition, but it's not the best one.
Right. We have Modelo.
Modelo is a little bit better than a Corona.
All right. And then we have Pacifico.
Pacifico is the worst Mexican style beer.
All right. All right. So Dos Equis is going where? This is you.
I think Dos Equis is an S, but I think we've been too maybe lenient with the S's. It's at least an A. Dos Equis is really good.
Like if the most interesting man in the world is the GOAT.
Hey, we can put Dos Equis. We can put Dos Equis in the S, but we may have to move Bud Light.
What else is in the S tier right now?
Miller Lite, Lagunitas, and Guinness.
Wow.
We can get. I think we moved both of the. No.
Lights.
I think we keep Bud Light's there.
Okay, let's compromise and move both light beers down.
Fine. I put Dos Equis in the A. That's fine. Or the S. That's
yeah. I like that. Okay. All right. So then you said Modelo was the next.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'd say that's a B. Yeah. Okay. It's fine.
Corona is a C.
Yeah, or maybe even a low B. Like it's okay. Good.
All right, I like low B.
You do get a little something extra too. You're gonna get a lime, like guaranteed.
Yeah. Right.
Which is nice to have.
Might have
and then you said Pacifico is the worst.
Yeah, Pacifico I don't particularly like.
So where's that one?
What do we have in C or D? Like for
so comparison? We have Coors Light and Stella in C. And in D
Pacifico is worse than a Coors, so I think it's a D.
Okay, so D we have Michelob Ultra, Natty Light, Rolling Rock, and the Hefeweizen.
Yeah, that's where it goes.
All right.
Negro Modelo better than all of them but Dos Equis, I think.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Ambar?
Like too. I don't know what that
They have one called Ambar.
Yo, so I am bar.
So let's get another trash beer out of the way.
Okay.
This is one of the first beers that I remember tasting and being like, "Oh, this is bad. This is really bad." And that is going to be a New Belgium Fat Tire.
Oh, I like the New Belgium Fat Tire.
Yeah, I haven't had one in at least. How old am I? At least 8 years. Or maybe less than that, but whatever.
So my parents historically enjoy one of these, which I don't know if I've ever actually had one, but I don't think that our tastes align.
I think the name of it, Fat Tire, makes me think that it has like a burnt rubber flavor. A little bit.
Yeah. So I will say, I think they may have done some recent rebranding. Their previous branding was bad. That's like with this navy on top and then the red on bottom. Yeah. I don't know if you're seeing any like old bottles. Like I am not choosing that. I'm not drinking that. Looks bad. They've done a vibrant blue and done a different logo. I might be into to picking up a case of that, but it's a amber ale, maybe. I don't know. I'm not into it. Yeah. I don't think I've had it. Red ale, what it is.
I don't know if I've actually had the Fat Tire itself, but I've definitely gone to the New Belgium Fat Tire restaurant in the Denver airport a few times. So definitely raising the bar on there. Because they also make Voodoo Ranger, which is pretty good. But that's the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Voodoo Ranger, not on this list. But I'm going to be honest. I would at least rather have a Coors Light.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, easily.
Which puts Fat Tire in bottom of C.
That's fine with me.
I would like to say real quick, the rebranded edition is called Fat Tire Ale. So it's reformulated and rebranded. So maybe it is better than the last time you had it, Trent. They did this in 2022.
Maybe
Okay,
it's
I'll have to give it a shot.
So
Yeah.
definitely C tier then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, moving on. We've got Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. And I just recently learned that the reason they called it the champagne of beers is because they put it in a clear glass bottle, and that's it.
That's not good.
That's funny. Hey, it's the same color. A Miller High Life is much worse than a Miller Lite. Significantly worse.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I kind of like a High Life.
Call it the champagne of beers.
What?
It's only good. Like Miller High Life is only good because you just say it's the champagne of beers. That's the only good quality about it.
You think it's worse than a Coors Banquet?
I think they're the same. They're both kind of bad.
Is it worse than a Corona?
No.
I think the skunk factor of a Corona is bad.
They're both
the skunk factor is bad.
It's bad. Yeah, I don't. They're both okay, but I'm not gonna drink a Miller High Life on the beach. I'll drink a Corona on the beach.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
all right. Miller High Life is going at the top of C.
Not D tier. We didn't like.
I'm not letting that happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I mean, it's better than Fat Tire, dude. It's better than Coors.
Okay, yeah, it's better than Fat Tire for sure.
Okay. All right. Moving on. We have 4 beers left here. So we've got the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Have you guys ever had the Sierra Nevada Pale?
Nope. F.
No, but I think I've seen the marketing. And if I haven't had it, I'm just looking at the bottle. Basically,
it's at a lot of festivals for some reason. It's like not really a mass-produced looking beer, but it's at a lot of festivals. Yeah, I mean, I would say like a C.
F.
So this is a pale ale, but not an India pale ale.
Right.
5.6. The ABV. The packaging's kind of gaudy. You know.
Yep.
It kind of looks like that butter.
Yeah, it does look exactly like Challenge butter.
Yeah, so I'm kind of
what? Okay.
Or even Land O'Lakes butter. Land O'Lakes.
Yeah.
It's giving Challenge butter for sure.
It's giving butter.
Giving butter. Okay, definitely not. It's definitely I would not order this one. I would. This is also gonna be more expensive. This is gonna be a more expensive beer, and it's gonna be hoppy, but it's not gonna be strong. So it's just a tasty beer that tastes that's like strong as the other ones.
If you're listening to this podcast, you could go Google Challenge butter and Land O'Lakes butter and what's this called, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and they all look the same. It is playing into butter.
Funny. So. All right. Well, I guess I'm fine with putting it in D tier. I'll settle for D tier. All right.
Okay.
And I feel like D tier is getting a little crowded. How do you guys feel about moving the Hefeweizen down to F tier?
And move that one to F tier. Move the one we just talked about, the Challenge butter. Move that to F tier.
Fine. Okay, fine. I will. All right. Here's one that none of us have ever had. I'm 95% sure. It's another Golden Road beer called Wolf Pup Session Ale. That's going in F tier. Whoever fucking made this list, get off of Golden Road's dick. All right. We've never heard of it.
Golden Road fan number 1.
Yeah. All right, so we're not ranking Wolf Pup Session IPA.
No. Golden Road is from Los Angeles, so I guess this is a California person. But no, I have never seen or heard of Golden Road before.
Mm-hmm. So we have 2 beers left.
My brother loves the Grateful Dead, and they have a song called Golden Road something. That's my favorite Grateful Dead song.
Yeah,
so
right.
Check it out.
Okay, all right.
Golden Road something.
Golden Road something.
That's right. We're down to our final 2 beers. All right. And I want you guys to mutually agree, left or right.
Okay, you've already selected the tier, I guess.
No. I'm just saying we have 2 left. One's on the left side, one's on the right side. Okay. We're gonna pick one first.
Okay. How about left?
Sure.
Okay, left it is. That's a Heineken. Where are we putting Heineken?
F. It's bad.
Yeah, I
Heineken's
don't love a
not as
Heineken.
it's not that great.
I don't know if I would say F though. Like I don't think it's like
You think it's
I
better
don't.
than a Pacifico?
I'd rather have Natty.
I'd probably rather have a Pacifico than a Heineken,
Okay.
or a Natty than a Heineken.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but it's above a Michelob Ultra.
No, I'd rather have a Michelob over a Heineken.
No, it's not.
Okay, but it's above a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, which is in F tier.
Yeah, I think it's above that.
I would
Okay,
still
so
rather
it's
get
the
the
last D.
butter one. I'd get the butter. Heineken would be the last thing I order on this list, unless one of these is a sour. Heineken doesn't taste good, and they have the gall to make like an alcohol. This one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what? You're right. That's kind of an insult.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
insult me with your 0%. All right. And then the final beer of the night, or at least that was actually on the list, is a PBR, a Peeber,
Hey,
the
Ooh.
people's best.
there's Pabst Blue
Rated.
Ribbon, Milwaukee,
Best rated beer.
That's right. That's right.
Milwaukee staple.
It's
I
cheap.
love a PBR. Just a little cool thing I like about PBR is that you can get it at one of my favorite little bars here. And if you buy it, it's a 12-ounce can, not a 16-ounce. But if you buy it, they give you a shot of whatever you want for $1.
Dinner time.
That's right.
Wow. So I visited the Pabst Mansion. I went to Milwaukee one time for a wedding,
Mm.
and the guy who started PBR, Pabst was the family's name. They have this really weird mansion, which is in like Flemish Renaissance style or some wacky kind of like rich people architecture from like 1870 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the beer is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty all
That's
right.
it.
Yeah, it's fine.
All
It's
right.
good.
Where's Banquet at?
So here's where we're at right now. We have Coors Banquet is in the middle of B tier, along with Blue Moon, and then the B tier also has Modelo and Corona. A tier, we have Shock Top, Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Light in that order, lowest to highest. And then in S
Okay.
tier, lowest to highest, we have Dos Equis, Lagunitas, and Guinness. I would rather have a Peeber than a Dos Equis.
I think
Wow.
it's CBR, if you ask me.
So I think a PBR. Reed brought up a comparison to the Coors Banquet, and I think it has a lot of the same like
Tasting notes?
cachet as a
Oh,
Coors
okay.
Banquet. Maybe not the tasting notes. I don't know. I'd have to try them side by side. But like this is like kind of old timey. Maybe it's not retro is not the right word. It's like vintage, right? This is like
Yeah, right.
this is old timey. We're using the same recipe we did a long time ago. This is something your
Yeah.
grandpa might have drank. In terms of the marketing, I do want to say that since we made the butter comparison previously, I think that the can of PBR looks like a can of evaporated milk. I think that's the comparison that you could
But
make there.
evaporated milk tastes good.
Evaporated milk does taste good.
Yeah, I don't think I can tell you what evaporated milk looks like.
You should Google it. It looks just like a can of PBR.
I mean, I'm pretty sure PBR is like not much more expensive than Natty. I think PBR is pretty cheap.
PBR is very cheap, yeah.
So,
That
but
that's also why it's an
it's
S tier
fake.
for me.
It's a fake cheap. Oh no, but it's not good though. Like it's not
It's
nearly
the
as good.
best cheap beer.
No, that we said that was Keystone.
No, Keystone was a C, dude.
Yeah, they're all bad.
Miller Lite is in A, and it's also a cheap beer.
No, Miller Lite's
It's not a uber cheap though.
yeah,
Oh.
no.
I don't know what the price range for PBR is because I feel like it might be inflated because there are a lot of like hipster people who are like, yeah, I want to get like a PBR.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
little bit more
All right.
expensive than Keystone, but it's cheaper than Miller Lite.
Right.
So I think
Well,
a PBR is worse than a Miller Lite for sure, worse than a Bud Light. But a Keystone, right? They've got the Keith Stone ads, but I don't think it has the oomph behind it as a PBR does.
Okay. So you're thinking, Seth, I think you have to be the tiebreaker here.
So what am I between?
Reed is holding strong at C, and I'm holding strong at S.
So I get to choose whether it's a B or an A? Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, if you give it an F, then it's the C then.
Then it's like a C. Yeah.
No, but I think my vote is between yours. I'm not as like anti it as Reed or as pro it as Trent. What else is in A and what is in B?
A is Shock Top, Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite. B is Corona, Coors, Blue Moon, Modelo.
I think a PBR is better than a Blue Moon and a Modelo. So I don't think it can be in C. I think it has to be in B.
Okay.
But I don't think it's better than whatever. B? I don't think it's better than the top B. What was the top B?
Modelo.
Oh, it is better than a Modelo.
You think it's worse than a Shock Top?
I think a Modelo is better than a PBR, if not exactly the same. I will acquiesce in B.
All right, it's going to be second place in B tier, just below Modelo. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
It's cheap, and you get other booze with it. You don't like PBR because it's PBR.
Yeah, you're right.
Bargain, and it comes with more booze.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, but you also put Sierra Nevada in F tier because it looks like butter.
Yeah, it's a comedy podcast, man.
Comedy podcast that you can follow everywhere at FK the Pod. Email us, fkthepod@gmail.com, and rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thank you.
That's right. That's right. And just before we get off of this beer list, we'll go through the rankings one more time. In the S tier, we have Dos Equis, Lagunitas IPA, and a Guinness. In the A tier, we have Shock Top, Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite. In the B tier, we have Corona, Coors, Blue Moon, PBR, and Modelo. In the C tier, we have Fat Tire, Coors Light, Stella, and Miller High Life. D tier is Michelob Ultra, Natty Light, Rolling Rock, and Pacifico. And then the F tier is mostly stuff that we haven't tried or just want to dog on because it looks bad. So that's our list. We're gonna be posting this somewhere. We don't know where yet, but we'll figure it out. But before we end this episode, I do have another mini segment to do with you guys. Is that what you do? You do a segment?
Yeah, let's do it.
And this is a segment that I haven't talked about in a few weeks, maybe even like 6 weeks or so. But it's something that I'm kind of really excited for. Hopefully this is good. But it's my VHS segment. It's the episode. It's the episode it's the segment where I get a little bit high, and I break out my VCR player and watch a VHS tape that I have, and I rank it and give a little bit of a synopsis for it. I figured a fitting name for this would be something with the initials VHS. So for now, at least, we're going with videos highly synopsized. All right.
That's not bad. That's good, in fact.
All right. Highly synopsized. But not highly.
Highly. I get that. That's good.
Yeah. All right. So our movie this week's, I accidentally gave it away on the last episode. So if you're watching the video version, you already know what this is. But we've got Men in Black with Mr. Tommy Lee Jones and Mr. William Smith. All right. Incredible movie.
A cuck. One of your vassals.
That's right. Oh, man. This is specifically the widescreen version. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says widescreen on the box.
Forgot about that. Widescreen ratio.
Yeah. Anyways, for those of you who don't know what Men in Black is, get a life. All right. It's an incredible movie about a secret agent or a secret society of agents who kind of like hunt down aliens on Earth.
Well, they don't hunt them down. They
They keep them in check.
Yeah, they're like they're the kind of the police, but like they're also like
Sure.
the immigration folks.
Yeah, they try to make sure that that people don't find out about the aliens, and
exactly.
so it's
They beatbox with some of them.
Yeah, so the original Men in Black came out in 1997, and it's rated PG-13, which I
really
thought was interesting. Yeah, it's kind of like
in the face.
Yeah, it's like there are parts of it that's kind of gruesome, but they don't really say too many curse words.
There's
right?
the bug guy. That's the
bug guy's
part.
gross.
That's
the bug guy
gross.
is gross.
Is the balls Chinian in Men in Black 1?
The what?
The balls Chinian? Even though it's probably his
Oh, no. I think I remember that, but no. But anyways, also a fun little fact as well about this box is the Twin Towers are on there. Pretty crazy.
And it's a hollow. It's
wow.
Holographic.
Ooh, look at that. Fancy. But anyways, getting back to the movie, I like to just kind of explain what ads came on before the movie, the trailers, if you will, because sometimes those are kind of funny. These are not that funny, but we did have The Mask of Zorro. We had Close Encounters of the Third Kind Collector's Edition, and apparently Close Encounters of the Third Kind is only rated PG, which is pretty crazy. And then we had My Best Friend's Wedding, so like a rom-com, which was weird. And then we had an ad for the Men in Black album, like with Will Smith and shit. So that's kind of cool. So that's something interesting that I've found with the last couple of VHS tapes that I looked at, is that they like to have ads for other products of the same IP, which is interesting. That's all.
Yeah.
So a couple of funny things that I noticed about this movie while watching it was that it's based off of Marvel comic series, which is pretty cool. I did not know that.
Is this the MCU then?
Yeah, I guess so. They could be in the new
Doctor
Strange movie.
Or Ant-Man. I don't know. They're all in space now.
What all is left? But anyways, the first thing I noticed right off the bat, and I had forgotten this about the movie. It's probably been 12 years or so since I've seen this movie, but the first scene is literally like a border patrol scene. And I thought that was kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So the border situation has been around for 20 years.
We've had a border for hundreds of years.
I also wrote that Will Smith is a full-on cop, but he gets to wear streetwear all the time. Like literally his outfit in the first couple of scenes is like an orange jumpsuit that's like tied off at the waist and a white football jersey, but he's just being a cop. Right? It's super strange. And I also wrote, he's just cool enough to pull that off. He's like the Black Brendan Fraser. So
it's what he used to be cool until he's not really cool anymore.
Cornball.
Yeah. I also wrote that I loved the pug alien. He's always been my favorite character. Incredible. He owns like a gift shop. Very cool. I also wrote down, imagine being asked to leave your entire existence behind so you can hunt down aliens because you're too good at being a cop. I think that's hilarious. And I think it's even more insane that there's just these people that are like, you know what? Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because that's something that they touched on a lot in the movie, is like when you decide to be a Man in Black, you stop existing, which is pretty nuts.
You start lasering people.
Yeah. And then overall, I thought the movie was super funny, had a great plot, and I loved a lot of the characters in it. And there were surprisingly some pretty good zingers, I thought, from Will Smith. So that was pretty cool. But they did like drop a weird sort of bomb on you at the end of the movie, and being like they kind of zoom out, and it's like, oh, by the way, our whole universe is in a tiny little marble that an alien is playing marbles with, and that's just the end of the movie, which I thought was super strange.
Yeah, I recall that being like, oh, so none of this really mattered.
Yeah, right.
So
It was
It's just
super weird.
alien movie.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But overall, I thought it was really solid. I gave it 7.5 cockroaches out of 10
Oh,
cockroaches.
okay.
What up?
I gave it 4 talking pugs out of 5.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I
it's good.
I watched this movie semi recently as well. I say semi recently. It was like in the last 5 years or whatever.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it really like in its entirety since I was very young, because this came out like the year I was born or whatever, like a very long time ago.
Yep.
But yeah, I watched it kind of recently, and I was surprised by how good it actually was. Like, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's solid. I was kind of expecting it to be way cooler than it was, but also way cornier than it was at the same time. So I was
Yeah.
pleasantly surprised in one direction, and you know what? Not that disappointed. Not that disappointed. It was
I
cool.
do want to say, just being on the Men in Black um, Wikipedia page, I do have 2 things to mention as regards to the casting. So they wanted Clint Eastwood to be Agent K, Tommy Lee Jones.
Okay. All right.
And they wanted this guy, Chris O'Donnell, who I've never heard of, to be Agent J. And then after he wouldn't be Agent J, they wanted David Schwimmer to be Agent J.
Ugh.
Oh, Chris
What?
O'Donnell, he played Robin. He's also G. Callan in NCIS Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's who was supposed to be
Also
Agent J.
white.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nearly as cool as Will Smith.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you imagine David Schwimmer rocking some orange jumpsuit and a white football jersey?
That movie would not have done well.
They would have had David Schwimmer in his leather pants out there from
Yeah,
Friends.
yeah, you're right.
So
I just thought it was so funny that it's like, oh, hey, look, there's this one like urban cop, and he gets to wear whatever he wants. I thought it was so weird. Dude.
But wait, where? So Men in Black takes place in New York City. Why is Agent J on the border, or is that a separate thing? The border situation.
No, so he gets called in. He gets called into Men in Black because he like is hunting down what he thinks is a normal criminal.
Oh, but then
and then he sees some weird
criminal.
And he sees some weird alien shit, and then Agent K like has to come and flash him,
Okay.
And Agent K is like, I kind of like this guy. Yeah.
Oh, I see that. I see that.
Like, yeah, like, that was good. He's like, no, I kind of like this guy, so I'm gonna make him disappear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll sign him up for intro class, see if he passes. And he's like the only one who shoots the kid in the face, who's the actual menace, versus all the other people who are just shooting the aliens. Yeah, FBI dudes with all their fucking books.
Yeah, you're not gonna learn this in books.
He shoots a cardboard cutout of a little girl, because she's carrying around quantum physics books, and he's like, "That's not right." It's funny. It's funny.
Oh man.
I like the
but anyways, yeah, it was an incredible movie.
What happens in the second one, real quick?
Yeah, there's so there's
another alien,
plant alien, and like he was banging Agent K, right? Agent K he was banging Tommy Lee Jones' agent.
That's K.
Tommy Lee Jones has been retired, so like Will Smith's got to unflash Tommy Lee Jones. Like he puts his dick away, right? And then they got to go through the whole process of getting his memory back, and then Will Smith
like training Agent K again or something.
Yeah. Oh, Agent K, he's a mailman. Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, he goes in and Will Smith starts beatboxing with the aliens in there. And at some point, they run into a balls chinian.
Hell yeah!
Got balls on his chin.
That's funny. That's funny, dude. I need to find that one on VHS too.
Like Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, tell us what you're gonna play with your alien friends at FKA the Pod, everywhere and everywhere. Thanks for listening to our beer list. thank you for listening to the FKA podcast, and follow us on Twitter at FKA the Pod.